And, you know, in Spanish, it's like, say, no contesto. That means I don't have nothing to say. Is that similar in English? No contest.
No contest.
So those are three options
Right.
that someone has.
That's correct.
And so a person can go to municipal court without an attorney.
Yes, you do not have to have an attorney even to go through a trial in municipal court. If you understand the basics of what the trial process will take place, you don't have to have an attorney to represent you in a trial either.
And I wonder if you at home know this, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe, you know, you're scared because you're going to go over there by yourself, that you don't have to have a lawyer. But it's good if you read about it or talk to someone that knows, you know, how the municipal courts work, just so you become better informed. Because there are rules that you have to follow.
That's correct.
For example, if you have to be there at 8 o'clock, it's always suggested to be there a little bit earlier.
A little bit earlier, that's right.
Yeah, don't wait till the exact time to get there, because once they have roll call, or is it called roll call?
Docket call.
Docket call. Once they have that and your name's already called, it's possible they can issue a warrant for your arrest.
That's correct.
And I think that's important for you to pass on. That's why you get there early. The court's at 8. If it's a 30-minute drive from your house, I would leave, you know, at least an hour earlier. So make plenty of time. But tell us a little bit more about the municipal court and maybe how people can better use the system there.
Well, we do hold arraignment dockets, so if people are not able to get access to internet or have lost their ticket, they can call in and find out when their initial court date is. And then at the arraignment, the judge will inform them of their options so they can make a decision at that time based on the options available, whether they want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. I often would tell people when I was on the bench, if they set their case for jury trial, it's a longer process. They might have to be there more than one day and all day when they come down for a jury trial because of the number of cases that are set. But that if they're going to represent themselves, they really do need to have some idea of how to get evidence in to be considered before the jury and how to present themselves and pick a jury.
Exactly, because people have to be informed
That's
as
right.
to what their rights are.
Right. The judge is going to treat them as if they were a lawyer
Exactly.
or had knowledge of the law.
Let's get to one of our callers. Has a question or comment. Are you on the air? Go ahead, please.
I address my question to the presiding JP judge.
I'm sorry, can you speak a little louder?
Yes, hold on. Louder?
Yes, a little bit louder.
Okay. I wanted to address my question to the presiding JP judge.
Okay.
And what I wanted to ask is, on the matter of evictions, is there any time period that a judge has to adjudicate an eviction? In other words, should it take 6 months for a judge to make a ruling on an eviction case?
Okay.
And I'll just hang up and let it.
Very good question. Thank you very much. Judge Ridgeway, it's a question about eviction. Like, there's a time frame that it takes.
Right. Excellent question, actually. The eviction process is designed to move actually fairly quickly, but it all starts with the plaintiff filing the landlord, property owner, whoever, filing a case in the court. And after they file a case, then it has to be served. The notice of that filing has to be served on the defendant. And all that depends on how fast our constables have the information and can go out and serve them. And sometimes they're very successful very quickly, and sometimes we have to use alternate means of service to have them served. Once they're served, then our courts have to hear those cases within 6 days. 6 days, not 6 calendar days, a total of 6 days, but the weekends are kind of taken out, so I could say it's 6 calendar days. At any rate, once that case has been filed and once that notice has been given, both parties, both the plaintiff and the defendant, the landlord and the tenant, are told of that court date by the constable, and then they have to appear in court on that day. All right. And there are some pre-filing requirements that have to take place, so that before that plaintiff files, they have to give a notice to the tenant of why they want to file. And those reasons for filing could be non-payment of rent, they could be criminal activity. There's all kinds of different things that could be the reasons for filing. But the case, once it's filed, and if assuming the 3-day notice was previously given, then we have to hear the case within 6 days.
So the 6 months issue, we'll talk more in a little bit, how long it could possibly go, because there's other issues involved that go beyond just the JP court. But I got a caller on hold, and I'll be right with you. I just want to tell the audience again, you're watching the Victor Trevino Show. I have very special guests, very honored to have 2 honorable judges, Municipal Court, City of Houston, Judge Barbara Hartle. And again, thank you for being here, Judge.
Thank you.
And for the Harris County Justice of the Peace, Presiding Judge, Judge Russ Ridgeway. The difference, Municipal Court probably has over how many judges at the whole Municipal Court, more or
I've
less?
got 18 full-time judges and about 46 associate judges that assist me in covering all the dockets.
It's a lot of judges.
A lot of
so
judges.
You got your hands full.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Judge Ridgeway is part of 16 judges that are elected throughout Harris County. Justice of the Peace are elected, just like constables. There's 8 precincts, but 2 for every precinct. So you've been selected as the presiding judge, so congratulations. And let me get to our caller now. Has been patiently waiting. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, I had a question about defensive driving.
Sure.
I was wondering if I took defensive driving, but I wasn't able to make it that day. Can I reschedule the defensive driving, or would I have to go to court again?
Okay, I'll ask the judge, and we'll talk about it. If you already have scheduled defensive driving, and you want to reschedule the date that you go take defensive driving?
Yes, and then I can't make it to defensive driving. Can I reschedule it, or would I have to go to court again?
Okay, let me talk to the judge about that. Good question. Thank you.
When you sign up for defensive driving and you pay your court fee, you have 90 days to complete defensive driving and turn in your required documents, your certificate of completion. So as long as the caller completes it within that 90 days and turns it in on time. In very rare situations, they could come in and try to, for a valid reason, ask for an extension. But they do have 90 days to get it done. So scheduling of it is up to the individual, and they have that parameter of the 90 days.
And just to add to what the judge is saying, you have 90 days. So that's by statute or by the guidelines of the law. Within those 90 days, ladies and gentlemen, it's up to you to schedule it. I don't know how long defensive driving takes. It's probably up to the course that you're taking to discuss it with them, to see how long the course takes, how much time you have, and to work out the schedule with them. That would be between you and the person or the company who was ever offering the course. But to comply with the court's mandates, you will have to present to them that certificate, or if it goes up to DPS, or they present it to your court first?
No, they need to obtain their certified driving record from DPS and turn it in along with their certificate. They can take it on the internet. It's a 6-hour course. You can either go to a class physically, I guess they have the comedy class now or different places, or they can actually take it on the internet in their own home or library situation.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yep, it's on the internet.
Did y'all know that? Uh-huh. No, I don't think so. You didn't know that. You can take it on the internet. Does it cost money?
Yes, it does cost money to do it. And
Everything costs money.
Right, to do it on the internet, you probably have to have a credit card available in order to pay for it over the internet.
Well, just borrow someone's credit card, but your family, your friend. But you can do it on the internet. You don't have to go drive anywhere, make your own arrangements. But bottom line is to get it done. So, again, that's a good question. That is something we need to discuss. And I'll get back later on. We still got the special segment I got to go to, but I want to go over the 6 months. The caller said something about 6 months, and I don't know if it was related to a fact whether someone appeals it and they could keep going on. Is that a possibility, Judge?
Well,